WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so we are back with you for another commentary segment on today's Activated Mornings program. In studio, you have Deanna, Cain, Dr. Gerald Thompson, and myself, Roleza Samuel. Good morning to everybody. Good morning to everybody in studio, and good morning to listeners. Doc, what's up?
Going Disney.
Yeah, man.
Well, that goes up for all the other docs and so around the world. A pleasant good morning to all Vincent and all our listeners and so. Big weekend, lots and lots of stuff happening internationally and so. I'm big into American football.
I was wondering what big thing happened on the weekend.
Oh gosh, which team are you?
Truthfully, but my team is not there. But the Kansas City Royals has now made it to the Super Bowl finals, and they could now do a three-peat. In other words, they won last year, the year before. So if they win this year, it would be one of the first times anyone has done a three-peat. So
I've never heard that word, those three-peat. That's interesting.
Everybody here, Roleza says she's never heard of a three-peat.
I've never heard three-peat. No, serious.
A three-peat?
I'm serious.
Really?
Really?
I mean, the Chicago Bulls have done three-peats. I mean, the other entities have done three-peats.
Is it mostly used in sports stars?
Well, mainly in sports. I suppose it's done in other things too. But I mean, it really is sports.
Okay.
But the week, I tell you, the NCTI, National Center for Technical Innovation, of which I would say the chairman is Willis Williams. But their team had a massive relaunch of the NCTI, is the ICT Training Center and Business Support Entity on Thursday. And I'm going to be having the manager, Mr. Petrus Gums, on my health and innovation show on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. We could be talking technology. We usually talk also the health and so forth, but this time we talking technology. I was thinking of trying to bring him in, this morning and so, but that would be ambushing you, really said that. I didn't want to do that. So let's go to a more sober time of 8 p.m. Wednesday night. Everybody, you hear? Listen, human, because this is technology that is going to be impactful on you. So anyway, listen, that's what I'm saying is there was a big week. Of course, what's going on else in the United States, in England, in Gaza, it's a whole ton of stuff.
Doc, you ever thought of going into marketing?
Marketing?
You had the energy for it.
No.
You had the energy for it. Trust me.
I'm just simple Gerald Thompson. You know what I mean? I'm just simple Gerald Thompson. That's why I'm here. You know what I mean?
Jerry?
But do you know the people in Chateau-Belair, the people who know me closely call me Jerry. You understand?
Oh, yeah.
They call me Jerry. Other people call me JT. Other people say Doc. But I'm just simple Gerald Thompson. That's the point.
All right. All right. So we are going to go into a topic this morning that might be on the hearts of many persons, especially those within the diaspora. All right. We see Trump start off with a bang. Trump did not wait, right? And Trump has been doing a lot of trumping as in trying to take control or, doing a lot. He's been doing a lot. And one of the things that he has hit the ground running with is with regards to illegal immigrants in the U.S. All right. So I know that in the news, we made mention of the Colombian leader not turning back, not allowing a plane to land there in Colombia. However, they did allow for the plane to come. They sent their own plane. Colombia sent their own plane for their deportees from the U.S. All right. After Trump threatened to impose tariffs on them. So the Colombian president offered his presidential plane to repatriate migrants coming back from the U.S. on Sunday in response to stern warnings from President Donald Trump. All right, so we see that happening there in Colombia. In Venezuela, Venezuelan to accept its migrants deported by Trump. So U.S. President Donald Trump declared a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border, and he plans to send his troops to help support immigration agents and restrict access to refugees and asylum seekers. So Venezuela is waiting for migrants to return home after appointments to enter the U.S. were canceled under the new Trump administration, Nicolas Maduro said on Tuesday. All right. Now, Maduro is saying, I always say, my dear migrant brothers and sisters, Venezuela is waiting for you. Everyone will return so we can be happy in this land, working, producing, and hugging each other. And you will also have back the most sacred right, the right to party. All right, so read that from St. Vincent Times. Both of those I read from St. Vincent Times, so you could read a little bit further there. All right, now coming from Times Caribbean. So it's stating fair and resistance. West Indian leader in New York City urges community to stand strong against ICE deportations. And ICE, the meaning of ICE is U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. All right. So with growing anxiety over potential mass deportations, Guyana-born district leader and attorney Albert Baldeo has issued a rallying cry to the West Indian community in Queens and other New York boroughs. In a series of social media posts, Baldeo urged immigrants to know their rights, resist federal pressure, and stand together in the face of impending immigration and customs enforcement actions under renewed crackdown. He's saying, do not squeal on others. Do not report folks. All right. He says, your home is your sanctuary. Do not open your door to ICE agents. They are not here to deliver Christmas gifts. They are here to deport you. All right. So Valdez is a former magistrate in Guyana. And so you see, one that mass deportations could devastate areas in Little Richmond, dubbed Little Guyana, where undocumented immigrants are integral to the local economy. Right? So false reports and internal betrayal could create a snowball effect that will crush businesses along Liberty Avenue. These individuals are here to contribute positively. All right. So if you want to read a bit more of that particular article, you can go on Times Caribbean. It's an interesting read. And at the end of it, really and truly, he's asking for there to be solidarity, for persons to stand together and not report each other. Don't be snitches. All right? Don't be snitches. So, yeah. Thoughts on this?
Well, this was somewhat predictable. If anyone thought that Trump had been joking and that this sort of thing would not happen even on day one, they themselves had to be joking. It's a serious issue because the states that have been affected so far include Chicago and Florida. The raids have been done in Miami, in Illinois. New York is a very interesting place because it's one of those listed as sanctuary state where they do protect within laws and so forth, these many things. So it's going to be interesting how it's done. Matter of fact, Chicago is similar to that too. And persons there, liberal persons, were saying, no, we're not going to fight this. And then apparently the head of the head of the Homeland Security said, listen, we're going to arrest and prosecute those who resist this process. So they then back down in a similar way to the Colombian president and the Mexican president. It's going to be interesting how this unfolds for the Caribbean as such. One, if New York is involved, and two, the deportation flights, and so a number of countries a couple of months ago were stated that these were the islands that persons were going to be deposited, I would say, right? Because somehow it's deposited to because that's not their native country. And so from there, how then do they get home and so? It's interesting, Venezuela say, listen, we welcome folks back, but it seems that right now they are dealing with criminals. They may even be going into the prisons and pulling out individuals. That's unclear. But part of the thing is that they'd said churches and schools
and hospitals
were off limits. But they say, no, we have a rule that out. We go in there too. So a lot of our folks say we have to dust off that spare room. We have to dust out that spare room. We have those houses that are built. We built a lot of houses on like these stilts, and we leave a floor down below that ain't finished. We got to finish off that floor for some of the relatives who may be coming back. I'd say that facetiously because I think this is actually going to take place, and there may be an impasse. People make some noise, and so, but we are going to have these individuals back. And the impact it's going to have on our economy, on our crime rate, on all these sort of other factors. And so.
Yeah. Well, going back to the article, what was the name of the gentleman again? I'm sorry.
I think it's Baldio. Let me see.
Baldio, yes. So Baldio's, well, there's a part here where he's saying, I get the exact thing, but he was basically saying they can't just come to your home and do whatever they want to. Listen to me, I don't believe that part. I believe that they could do whatever they want to do, and if they want to kick down your door, they'll kick it down. I mean, we could always go to the law and say the law said this and the law said that, but rich and powerful men will always do what they want to do. What is interesting to me is to see America is doing all of this to countries. I want to know what the governments of other countries are going to do. How are they going to respond to what America is doing? Because to me, America is basically saying, I don't want y'all here. This is our country and I don't want y'all here. And I've always known that America felt like that because Trump is president twice. And one of the things that Trump always says is, I don't want non-Americans illegal, non-Americans in America. America is for Americans. So I am looking on to see what the governments are going to do, what our relationship is going to be like with America, considering all of what America is doing. But all I can do at this point is just look on and see what will happen.
Yeah, I think what worries me is to be in the States at this time and be wondering, would I just get a call? Would my coworker rat me out? Let's say if we've had a falling out, would you sell me out?
I believe that.
I know that this morning, before coming in, I was listening to ABC News, and I'm not even sure which state it was in relation to, but they were saying that the amount of persons who they're rounding up, it's going too slowly. They want at least 1,500 persons a day. So it is frightening. I mean, the thing of it is that, yes, I can understand it's really about illegals, persons who are entered the country illegally. But persons look at America as being Mecca, the land of opportunities. And for many persons, it has become the land of opportunities. Things that they cannot risk it and see. All right. Hi, Carla. Good morning.
No, it's a culture.
Okay. I know that, and we also have to remember too that many persons who leave here, remittances contribute significantly to our economy, right? Persons, Christmas time, you hear of how many barrels are being sent back home, right? So even in simple ways of the economic factor, how is this going to impact on us? We're also going to have, if it's a situation where several persons or a lot of persons are sent back, the strain that it's going to place on our social services, on our hospitals, on our schools, even on our roadways. Where are these persons going to go? Where are they going to be employed? The other thing is that Doc made mention of, let's say, criminals coming back. But what it is that I'm also hoping is that if persons have, and this is what I always say, right? Correct, we will try. Hi, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Roleza, you have a spare room for me there in your living room? I could.
Yes, Queens. Yes, Queens. I do have spare room, but you're coming for free,
Yeah.
Let me just tell you that.
I can't get a cup of tea from you and say, Brad. No.
You could get, but you know how it is also like when you go by people in the States, they just treat you nice for like about a week. I got treated nice for like a week.
But I could see that affecting the American economy, because immigrants shop in supermarkets and the shopping stores, they're going to do less business and they're going to have to lay off people. There will be less remittances, so the Western Union going to have to lay off people too. So I could see a big effect on the economy.
Quick.
Some way that ball.
Quiz, let me ask you, in particular in New York, I was not sorry to cut you off, but in New York, they haven't started in New York, it seems. But
yeah, there's something there. They started it in New York last week. But
last week.
I haven't seen the whole article of it, but I see that
okay.
they did some raid in Bronx.
But from people Vincentians, Grenadians, so what's the mood? I mean, we got the article from the Guyanese in Little Guyana, but what's been the mood among West Indians in your view?
Some people are afraid. I know there's Trinidad and Portland. They're afraid. They're afraid right now, but they've been illegal for at least 30 years.
Ooh.
And they're very scared. Yeah.
Wow.
In fact, that person, even before now, they were raiding, when you go on certain buses, Greyhound or whatever, immigration people used to come on sometime. That person stopped traveling on those buses. If they have to go to one of those states, they have a friend take them to those states in the car because they're afraid. So, and at different Home Depots around New York, there are immigrants from Hispanic immigrants and African immigrants that stay outside the Home Depot. They're laborers. So if you're doing a construction work or you're moving, you'll hire them for the day. So I'm looking to see what's going to be happening there. If there's going to be less of them there. That's what I'm interested in. But Thompson, in terms of, don't somebody supposed to have a hearing if you're going to deport somebody if you caught them illegal?
That was
supposed to have a hearing
first? Yes, they normally contact the embassy and they would give the information and so forth and that, and they try to collaborate. But it seems as if
so you have a hearing in court, like I know
because they have declared an emergency. At the southern border and so forth, that also includes the whole country of the United States. They seem to be bypassing a lot of those particular things,
Yeah, but I think Trump gonna outdo himself.
Sorry, let me stop you again. What they're dealing with is people who they know may have a criminal record and people who there's been arrests and so forth first. Then they also consider overstaying your immigration status is also criminal, so to be going after those individuals too.
Yeah, it's I said somehow it's people gonna turn, the same people that vote for Trump, some of them they're gonna turn out against Trump too, because it's gonna affect them. What's happening is gonna affect the economy, and it's gonna. I can see somewhere along the line it's gonna, and they don't have enough ICE agents to run up the millions that they have. They don't have the resources to do it.
You might be surprised
the amount that they want, the millions and millions.
Queens,
they don't have.
You might be surprised they find the resources. I wouldn't put it past
and the people.
Trump.
ICE agents, the ICE agents as well. They don't have it. Not staff.
No. Apparently, they've given the ICE powers to co-opt the local police and sheriff agencies in the whole process. That's a damning thing.
All right. All right, Queens.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Bye.
All right, thanks. Somebody actually listening this in New York sent me a video of ICE agents showed up at a home looking for illegal children. So I'd have to look at that when I come off the shift. But one of the things that I was going to say, we have to cut for quotes in a minute, is that we have to do it after. One of the things I was going to say is that, when persons leave here, I really and truly don't care if somebody goes to the States illegally, because I know that many persons are actually trying to better themselves. But for me, it has always been, if you go, you make use of whatever opportunities you find there. You learn a skill, you learn a trade, so that if you are deported, if you are sent back, that you can be a contributing member to our society. That's has always been the thing for me, because I'm not going to look at anybody in any particular way for wanting to leave, for wanting to better their life. But it's just in case, when you come back here, can you fall into place in a particular work environment or even start a business of your own? So,
well, I don't even call this on that, but that's the challenge in the illegal frame. The ability to upgrade yourself, to go to school, to go to this, and skills. It may not be available to you based on where you are from a legal point of view. So you're doing certain type of jobs. You may pick up skills there, but you're not picking up in the more didactic way. But I want to ask a big question. What if illegal persons from other countries came to St. Vincent? Or what if illegals from St. Vincent went to Trinidad and Barbados? What should those governments do?
All right, so we're gonna have to maybe continue this in the next segment. At this time, we're supposed to be receiving a call from Courts. So for the person who is listening, you can feel free to call us at this time.
Get so much more with Courts Ready Finance, whether it's a furniture